Anything short of an outright ban that you would support?
No, I don't see it at this point. Even the White House last week reports where they went to TikTok and said, look, you either have to divest Chinese government ownership, Chinese ownership, or face a potential ban. I think that's the right thing. The most important thing that the TikTok CEO had to do yesterday was build some level of trust and credibility with Congress. And in that effort, I think he completely failed. And so we'll see. Look, there's still a lot of time left. There's still a lot of issues, potential hurdles to get legislation passed or to get the Treasury Department, which is looking at this, to take action. But really, the trust is just bottoming out for TikTok. And it doesn't look good. Look, there's 150 million Americans that are on this for sure. And so we got to make the case to them very clearly that there's a risk here.
All right.
That's so funny. Also,
resources you
step aside, Hasan. We have a new goat.
Spanish language. Last year, the Congressional Hispanic Caucus met with TikTok. This was one of the conversations and a source of the discussion was addressing Spanish language disinformation and misinformation. It remains an urgent priority for the Congressional Hispanic Caucus as Hispanics across the country increasingly turn to social media for vital information. We heard earlier in this hearing that there was video, there was a TikTok post threatening the chair of the committee, and it took some 40 days to take it down. So I guess I'm a little concerned if your team doesn't have the resources and the capability to flag back, what kind of capability?
XQCCP is what they're calling him. I love that.
Spanish speakers.
Is he defending TikTok? Is he defending? Dude, his love for Booba on TikTok is causing him to defend China. That's awesome. I fucking love that, dude.
And we are open to all everyone to come here and freely express their views. So it is our commitment to make sure that the safety of those users, regardless of the language, and of course, the Spanish language user base is super important to us.
Okay,
we need to make sure that we continue to invest in that.
Okay, so you don't have an answer then. Okay, I will look forward in your coming back. We've heard a lot about the concerns about children who may be on TikTok. Mr. Chu, at what age do you think it would be appropriate for a young person to get on TikTok?
We have 3 different experiences here in the United States. There is an experience for under 13s, which is highly restricted.
I'm asking what you think would be the appropriate age to have a child get on TikTok.
Our approach is to give differentiated experiences for different age groups and let the parents have these conversations with their children to decide what's best for their family.
So you think that there is a sufficient safety mechanism for an 8-year-old to be able to access TikTok?
An 8-year-old's experience on TikTok will be so highly restricted that every single piece of content he said will be vetted by Common Sense, our third-party child safety expert.
I don't know how we would watch it together, though.
The 8-year-old will not be able to post, and the 8-year-old will not be able to see any personalized
I'm gonna call him.
and zero advertising in that experience.
The biggest weapon to all Chinese propaganda, dog shit, trash, harmful, anti-chill material is parenting.
No, that's not. I see. This
Holy
is
shit.
He's agreeing with it from a libertarian perspective. That's like he's agreeing with it from that point. Because okay, my microphone is working. All right.
My kids live in Singapore, and in Singapore,
I don't know why
we do not have the under 13.
So fucking
experience.
woke.
If they lived here in the United States, I'll let them use the under 13 experience.
Okay, so you're saying it's because
it echoed for a second because I was testing my microphone. Chat, chill.
It's your job as a parent to find solutions, right? To when you're not there, when you're away, for the devices not to run fucking rampant and give it to dog. If that means they cannot have the device, so fucking be it. Does that sound extreme? Yeah, there's other solutions, right?
No, it's not because it's POC that he's getting cut off.
It's your job. When you become a parent, you have your job as an engineer or whatever, right? Or a worker at a job. You now have a second job. You're not a parent, right? It's your job to find solutions tailored for your lifestyle, for your children not to be harmed by online social media behaviors and ongoings. It's your, if you cannot take this
So wait,
job
what's your
next
take
time,
on the situation?
wear a fucking condom, fuck, or just jerk off, pussy.
I think that I don't have the perfect answers for this, which is like the worst thing to admit. I really don't know how to like enforce regulation, but I do believe some level of regulation is a necessity for all social media platforms. Yeah, I do. I think it's a very unpopular thing to admit. It's a very unpopular thing to say, and I don't know what it would look like for on the policy front. But yeah, I think that there is very valid concerns, not for TikTok, but for all social media, because moms and dads are never going to be able to. What about porn? Oh, fuck yeah, dude. What? What do you mean, what about porn? What, you think I was be like, no, porn galore? No. We don't know what will happen to this generation that has uninterrupted access to all matter of different fucking pornographic material on the internet. Yo, can you hear me? Why is my fucking Discord so dog shit, dude? Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, bro, this is my daily Hasan political update.
Bro, I'm seeing you. You're saying family regulation or a family should fucking check in on their own children, which
is that bad take or not?
I think that's an understandable thing to say. I agree. I think that parents should do good parenting, but obviously you can't always expect that, which is why I think that. I'm in a weird situation where I'm a super centrist on this matter, on the TikTok issue, because on the one hand, I think that they're like aggressively fucking attacking TikTok because it's Chinese, but like the problems that they're bringing up literally exist for all social media.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. A question. This will sound fucking brain dead, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway. If you go on most devices in the US, right, even households that have that sort of dynamic, and you would go to a computer that's accessible by anybody and type Pornhub and you enter. Do you think that actually goes through and you can see all the images? Is it gonna pop up? Well, I think yes, right? I think I think this stuff is I think anything's accessible, but there are solutions against them. Right? And I think that falls into the hands of the parents. Right? Bro.
Yeah, I think parents should do better at controlling what their children definitely look at, but when you're writing policy, you can't really factor that in. You can't really factor individual responsibility into policy provisions because, I mean, that's a very American way to look at situations, but like no matter what happens, like seatbelt laws, for example, right? Like you can just say everyone should wear a seatbelt, and it's up to you as an individual to wear a seatbelt, right? Like, if you don't wear a seatbelt, well, you fucked up. But the reason why we have laws around it is because a lot of people don't actually do that. So you have to factor in for the stupidest person possible, just like you have to factor in for the stupidest parents possible when you're regulating this kind of content. And I actually don't know what the best practices are either.
I do know what it is. This makes things very difficult for monetizing and other things, but the extreme solution is having something like YouTube for Kids. YouTube for Kids is heavily moderated, very curated, and content's very pure, I think, for children, right? And if you would have the same type of vibe with TikTok, then it would be hard to break out of the circle when you're entering that. I'm pretty sure, guys, YouTube for Kids is fantastic for kids. It does really good.
And that happened because there was a massive problem on YouTube, right? Like there was a massive problem on YouTube with respect to like what kind of stuff was like being shown to children from like ElsaGate or whatever, right? Like or FrozenGate. I think that that is actually understandable to implement for every single platform, whether it be Facebook, whether it be YouTube. There's also another component here, though. I agree with you. I think that's a good way to do it. That's like, and if companies don't do it, the government should step in and be like, no, you have to do it. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what the law says, or I don't give a fuck what the Constitution says. Like, you have to do it. I think that would be.
The problem is, though, is that usually that's when you have a full-fledged product already, right? And then you're refining your product. The problem is that apps are growing so fast, so quickly, right? That by the time that it would be time to implement those things and apply those laws, I feel like the damage has already been done, right? So now I get it. Like TikTok's kind of big now, so I guess it's kind of time. But these are things that are like difficult to implement overall. But what do you think? Okay. Do you think he's hearing it? The guy's being disingenuous. The guy who answers the questions, or what?
I mean, he's a CEO, so of course he's being like a little disingenuous. But there's a lot of truth to what he's stating when he says our practices are no different than any other social media company.
Real.
Like that part is like 100% true. If anything, they might even be a little bit better than other social media companies because they, from what I understand, TikTok doesn't sell data to data brokers in the same way that like other corporate entities do in America. The entire issue here is literally TikTok is too successful and it's not ours. Okay. It belongs to the Chinese, and that's terrifying. That's basically what they're saying over and over again, because every single argument that they launch towards TikTok with respect to regulation, content moderation, right? Every single argument that they launch towards like data privacy, data security, every single one of those arguments is actually the exact same argument you can launch towards Mark Zuckerberg, that you can launch towards even Amazon, you can launch towards Elon Musk.
So what all these answers start with like industry standards, right? Because if you're gonna cut them off from doing a certain practice, then you have to cut them off. You have to cut off everybody, right? Because the practice is bad, not the company. Because I do agree though that a lot of things that are happening on TikTok happened on Vine, happened on other platforms.
It happened on MySpace. It even happened on like fucking MySpace. People were like killing themselves and shit, like those challenges and shit.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Tide Pod was from Vine.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, well, TikTok is technically just a Vine reskin anyway. It was Vine and then Musical.ly, and then
Vine
TikTok
was
bought
American,
Musical.ly and blew it the fuck up because it like blew the doors off the algo and basically let shit fly no matter what, right? So ultimately, I think, and this is what other people are speculating on as well, the reason why they're doing this is because, like, you know how Meta, Facebook tried to do like Instagram Reels and it fucking failed? And YouTube is now doing shorts, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube Shorts has been pretty successful so far, from what I understand.
They're doing good, but they're not brute forcing enough. The problem with YouTube is that they're so defensive of their main product, their YouTube content.
Yeah,
product.
the VODs. Yeah, the VODs. Yeah.
The VOD that they can never integrate a new product. But actually they never brute force it in. They're just like. I think there's an option, guys. You can click this if you want to. Like it's not. They have to try like really hard because shorts can be good, I think, but it's bad.
Yeah, I think what's going on here is that they're trying to literally brute force TikTok and sell it to an American company. I mean, they're very openly stating it. They're saying ByteDance has to divest, like. Because ByteDance has to divest, so there's no Chinese involvement whatsoever, even though like TikTok has foreign investment in it as well, obviously foreign control in it. And it's actually an American, like it's a Western focused application. TikTok exists in China. It's just not called TikTok. It's called Douyin, and it's an entirely different product with respect to like how the information is controlled on there, right?
Wait, really?
Yeah. So the Chinese TikTok is called Douyin. It's also owned by ByteDance. And
That's
it's
smart then.
And on that they have insane levels of control. Like children see like museum videos and shit. You know what I mean? You're not allowed to. They literally give you like educational material. It's not the same as TikTok at all.
I mean, with respect to both countries, I mean, they can do whatever the fuck they want. If it's their side their side and their app and their country, I mean, what the fuck do I mean? My ethics play no role here. It's they do their thing, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just, the only reason why I'm pointing that out is because like I think a lot of people are upset at TikTok and they're like, oh, Chinese government's like controlling our minds or whatever. But like they just gave a marketable product. That's it. They made a very marketable product that is like demonstrably successful, and now they're mad because it's owned by not Silicon Valley, but instead owned by fucking a Chinese company.
Okay, so do you think that TikTok is now like fully like Taco Bell'd into the US pretty much, or do you think it's still like kind of like still pretty Chinese type shit?
No, it's never been Chinese. TikTok has always been. That's why I said like Douyin is Chinese. TikTok is very American. So everything you criticize about TikTok, you're basically criticizing a mirror. You know, TikTok just gives you what you want to see, right? Like in your case, you want to see booba. All of your likes are booba, so TikTok shows you booba. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah. No, what about that is that you know, like, even though they own the thing, even though they own TikTok, right? Is TikTok like it's fully normal? Like, is it operating just like it was like an American-based, American-made company, pretty much, as TikTok itself in its operations, or do you think it has like weird backwards ties or like?
No, there's still a tie to the Chinese government. Yeah, I think any kind of like statement that basically diminishes China's involvement is silly. That's silly. I think that's a lie. Like it definitely still, like, the Chinese government has basically infinite levels of control over every Chinese corporation and all of its subsidiaries. So